AI cars, followed by Stephen Choate, Edmund Jones, Matt Moniak, Vern Spring, and Andrew Thornton, all having drivers in the field here tonight. Everybody getting warmed up on the start-finish line here. Looks like we're just waiting on one more driver to take to the grid. Maniac Gaming rather, a name I haven't seen in quite a few years. Great to see it back. Back out on track, the donation links have been put into the comment section. We'll try and get them put in a couple of times throughout the night. Just waiting on, it looks like, 2 more drivers to take to the grid for this event. They will have 10 minutes to settle this. There will be some chaos out here tonight when you take a figure 8, add a jump, and then add a bunch of people who have never driven on iRacing to it. Well, things do get a little chaotic. Then we have the JBSRL Open, where several drivers are going to attempt to race their way in. Does look like Chris Johnson and Vern Springs drivers did not make the grid. Most of the human drivers in the field here tonight are all under the age of about 14 years old, so this will be interesting. Could be great driver's education for them. Pace car drops in. It is a figure 8, folks. You know that's going to mean a bit of chaos in the first race of the night, and it looks like the chaos is underway on the pace lap. Now they fire and are away. Everybody got, there is the green flag as they come across the start-finish line. But already cars around backwards and a lot of bumping going on. In case you couldn't tell, it is very easy for an MX-5 to jump off the nose of an SR8. But oh, holy cow! David Lux's driver is upside down. There's a bit of anarchy in the middle of the figure 8 at the moment. Oh, speaking of Ryan McDaniel, his kid is upside down at the moment. No idea who's driving Andrew Thornton's car here tonight. He does not have any kids. Did he steal one of the neighbor kids? Scott Snodgrass' kid out on track. I do know Scott's kid is very experienced driving an SR8. Years ago, he raced. Oh, holy crap! Years ago, that young man did race against my youngest daughter in another league's family league, and there were some quite good battles, and now he's back in the SR8 trying to dominate here. Right now, the AI cars are at the top of the board. Andrew Thornton is shaking an MX-5 around the track. It is just utter anarchy out here. Eight minutes left to go for the drivers here tonight. Obviously, the kid's having quite a bit of fun. Stephen Choate's kid now up into third place, battling side by side with Moniak. Edmund Jones' daughter is in the wall for the moment, gets the car corrected though, going the right way, as Andrew Thornton's driver is in the lead now. Stephen Choate's driver now to second. AI drivers third and fourth. Matt Moniak's driver now up into fifth. No, I do not believe the AI drivers make the transfer, John, but now that you mention it, an important note tonight, one of our drivers trying to race his way in to the All-Star event tonight is John Barry. He is trying to race his way in, and let's all wish him the best of luck and happy birthday. Tomorrow is John Barry's birthday, and we want to wish him a big happy birthday. Hopefully he gets that birthday present, races his way into the All-Star race tonight, and maybe even gets his first ever Jones BS Racing All-Star. Whoa! That is Scott Snodgrass' son coming down across the jump and hits an MX-5 and takes flight. Yeah, that car's... Oh, no, it's going to get some help. And it's right side up again. David Lux's daughter had problems early, but has recovered. Lux is controlling the pedals. His daughter is controlling the wheel here. Dad seems to be coaching fairly well, but she had nowhere to go. That just got messy right by the jump. Edmund Jones' daughter still on track, fighting her way forward, currently running in 8th. She was stuck in the wall earlier and drifted way back, now starting to make her way forward. Ryan McDaniel, Chris Johnson. Chris makes it, his kid makes it out on track late, now back in 13th. Ryan McDaniel and Vern Springs' driver not on track. Meanwhile, Stephen Choate's driver is in the lead. Nice drift out of the turn. About 4.5 minutes left to go. Then we are going to the All-Star Open, where 2 drivers will advance into the All-Star race later tonight. Chris Johnson's kid is doing extremely well in that SR8. Avoids the jump that time. Starting to make up some ground, but oh, goes around. Chris Johnson's kid did not realize they were in a Barbie world. Snodgrass starting to... Oh! Scott's kid starting to make his way forward again. Now up into 4th, closing in on the AI drivers ahead. And the top 2 of Choate and Moniak. Choate still in the lead, but Moniak in the SR8 closing in. The SR8s, oh, holy cow, that looked targeted. The SR8s definitely have a speed advantage here, but the MX-5s definitely land better and tend to take the turns a little better. And landing off the jump, as you saw just then, makes a huge, huge difference. Moniak now up. Oh, choke gets loose coming out of turn one and goes around. Moniak just barely makes it over the jump. Hey, Tina, doing great. How are you? And remember, folks, this is just the start of the night. We have serious racing still to come. We have some more fun to come as well. Make sure you invite your friends and family out to watch this. Choate around backwards. Moniak now in the lead. Moniak now has a one-lap lead, and Snodgrass has gone by. Now Snodgrass into second with a minute 15 left and 24 seconds behind the leader. Unlikely to catch up. Thank you so much for the stars, Tina. Good to see the top three, despite being rookie drivers, are all humans. AIs are fourth all the way back to 8th place. And there you see the SR8 does not land from the jump worth a darn. That spin has allowed Snodgrass to make up some ground here. And then Snodgrass went around, 22 seconds left. The leader is backwards. Moniak likely to see the white flag next time by. Anarchy and chaos all around this track. Moniak comes out of the turn. Should get the white flag at the line. Did not see a white flag that time. We'll see either a white or a checkered. No, it looks like we are going to get the checkered flag. This time, Moniak will pull off the win. Snodgrass, a great comeback to finish in second. And a bit of celebrating coming on. Ryan McDaniel's son is back out on track. Andrew Thornton out there. Hey, good evening, Richie. Moniak obviously pleased with the win. Now, folks, stick around for just a moment. It is time. Oh, David Lux does end up, his kid does end up in the catch fence. That is some great parking right there. All right, the JBSRL Open is coming in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. Still a ton of racing to go tonight. I told you we'd be back quickly. The drivers are getting ready there at Concord for the JBSRL Open. SK Mods on the tiny triangle. John Barry, the first one out on track. Tomorrow is John's birthday. Really wants to race his way into this all-star event here tonight. Brian McDaniel also out on track trying to race his way in. Brian Hewitt getting ready to roll out as well.
Also got Scott Snodgrass entering into this one. Even though he claimed a spot in the last Enduro, he handed it over to his wife, Becky, and he's going to try to go 2 for 2 to get himself into the All-Star as well.
So the whole Snodgrass family may make it in.
That's the plan.
Well, this is definitely going to be an even more interesting night tonight. Andrew, how do you feel about your chances tonight?
Well, having seen the lineup, it's like, that's great. I'm up front, but then I also see who's all around me, and I'm not so thrilled anymore.
Well, good luck tonight. I have a feeling you're going to need it, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here to help commentate this one with you. I have nothing better to do. I can't run this one.
That is definitely true. Brian Hewitt also out on track. How many drivers do we have in the schedule to be in the Open tonight?
I believe it's open to anybody and everybody that's not currently locked in. We have 58 JBSRL members, and I think we have 23 spots total up for grabs tonight with everybody that's interested, or everybody that's already locked in, plus the carryovers from these special events here.
Well, that means 2 drivers will advance, and John Barry's birthday is tomorrow. I know he is excited for this one.
Oh, I bet. And then he can join our buddy Richie in his, what is it, his 4,000th birthday of 2023?
I have not checked today. Let me do a quick look here, because Richie's 2023 birthdays are about to come to an end. We're just, a few days away. His 338th birthday of 2023. Happy birthday to Richie.
Just got to make sure you're filling the status quo here, Doug.
Yeah, it would be horrid if I actually forgot Richie's birthday. My apologies. Looks like Vern Spring also going to take to the track here, although right now John Barry's the only one that's put in very many laps.
No replacement for seat time, that's for sure. That's one way to get faster. And you've run this track in several types of cars too, haven't you, Doug?
Oh,
this
gosh,
yes. This is a track that we all love to hate.
It definitely is, because you can only get 2 corners right if you're lucky. 9 times out of 10, it's just one. And then you're just fighting the car through the other 2 turns.
You're able to make corners here?
Well, I mean, kinda.
It just depends if you get off pit road with the rear end still in the car, right?
Yeah, pit road exit is hard enough here that, you don't want to have to come out here definitely under green flag. I've broadcast races here where they make green flag stops. Surprisingly, they never end well.
That surprises nobody. I mean, we've run this track, I think, 5 times total on the JBSRL schedule, and I think we've had a collective 50 green flag laps.
Wow. That's, yeah.
I might be exaggerating that total a little bit, but I don't feel like it's by much.
Probably not, let's be honest. It's definitely a tricky track to get off pit road, and then you got the fact that it's a triangle. Pocono's a much bigger triangle with a lesser degree of difference in the turns compared to Concord. I mean, the degree of banking here is more severe. The radius are definitely more severe, and the wall also seems a bit more severe.
Especially coming off of turn 3, I guess would be the correct terminology there.
Yeah, that wall out of turn 3, both the inside and the outside have a tendency to collect drivers.
Another thing to keep a lookout for, maybe not quite as much of a factor in these cars that got wide tires and suspension, but we see it in our Legends races a lot. The bumps out of turn 1 going into turn 2.
Yeah, as you're coming up the hill towards turn 2 and you are literally coming up the hill, it definitely gets sketchy up there.
So that should be okay here. Low center of gravity, wide tires, wide stance, less, down on horsepower compared to what we're going to have later this evening.
Well, we've got, looks like 5 drivers in so far. John Barry, Ryan McDaniel, Brian Hewitt, Scott, and Vern. Who would you think could pull off the win here tonight?
Well, John Barry is quite quick here at the practice times. I think Ryan McDaniel might be holding the transfer spot till late in the show, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Scott give him the bumper to get the final transfer.
Knowing Scott, I have received that bumper on an occasion or two. Scott and I have raced together for close to 3 years now, and I've received that bumper more than once, so I know very well. And good evening, Sketch. How are you, buddy?
Oh, we usually have to give you the bumper under pace laps to make sure you can keep pace speed, though.
No, I don't have that problem. I don't drive Fords.
This is true. I'd say we didn't have to give you no bumpers in the non-wing sprint cars either. We just kind of had to give you a bunch of room because at 30 miles an hour you were terrifying.
Yeah, non-wing sprint cars are just dumb. Just leave the wings on the car and it's fine.
Do you actually drive those any better though?
Yes, substantially better. Thanks to, ironically, Scott Snodgrass, who taught me how to adjust them and make them drive for you.
Well, good. We're going to have to put you to that sometime.
I didn't say I was fast. I just don't wreck every other turn.
That's fair. That's good. We'll take that. I know you have your moment of greatness. Your moments of greatness when we go to do the pavement stuff, though.
This is true. 5 minutes left to go in practice. I do believe we have an actual qualifying. Wait a minute. Checking my notes. This one is. They do have a qualifying and a full field invert here tonight.
Yep, it's going to be full field with only 5 cars currently on the roster here, and we have another special guest here, Doug.
Richie Joplin. He must have come to. He must have come because he wants to go trucking with Angie one day this week.
I'm not going to truck. Sorry.
You know I had to squeeze that one in case she's listening.
Oh yeah, I know.
So we know Richie doesn't like to turn on dirt, or so he says. He actually holds his own pretty good. But how does he do with a 53-foot trailer?
I can outdrive anybody.
He's just unwilling to get on American Truck Sim and prove it.
Yeah, because the game is not real enough for me.
Next time I get paid, I'll have to get it and join you guys for sure.
You definitely do. We have a ton of fun out there. Richie doesn't know what he's missing. I do have to ask, Richie, looking at the 5 drivers on track, you've raced with all of them at some point or another. Who is your pick to win this Open?
Well, I've been watching the lap times right now. Ryan's trying to get his laps up there real good and run it, but watch out for old John Barry there. He's pretty swift. He's pretty fast.
I have to agree, but Scotty has been picking up ground all practice long. He's no, Vern just shot up to second.
I know. I just watched that. Vern just shot up there with a 6.
Now, we've seen Vern in SKs and Tour mods in the past. He is...
he just hit a 5. He hit a 15.546 right now.
Oh, Vern is... Wow.
Vern turned on the afterburners, man.
No, I'm telling you. Are they the afterburners?
But
I thought so.
Well, all right, boys. I'm going to hop back down there and help old Ryan out and see if I can get him to go a little bit faster.
Well, good
go
luck
fast, turn left.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You do. Brian Hewitt rolling back out. He is definitely struggling to find some speed here in the Open. It's interesting that The Open is being done in the less powerful car than they'll be racing in the All-Star event later tonight.
Well, the whole point was to throw the racers for a bit of a loop because we've never run these cars in JBSRL.
That is true. It's always been those tour mods, so that's gonna definitely lend itself to guys who have driven this SK mod because it is not just a less powerful car. It does handle substantially differently.
Well, you can be a lot more aggressive with it, truthfully, because you got the big wide tires like you do in the tour mod, but you're running with, I would probably venture to say, 250 less horsepower.
That is definitely true. It is less horsepower. You can throw them in there a little bit deeper, but despite the wider tires, these cars, they do feel like they have a little bit more front grip and almost less rear grip at times. They definitely have a tendency to step out.
Yeah, as you say that, Snodgrass finds the wall in between 1 and 2.
No, yeah, I can always count on him to prove a point for me. So after this one, we do have a special event. Why don't you tell the folks at home what to expect next?
Well, I guess I could plead the fifth. I don't know, Doug. I just work here.
Well, we do have the, let's see, we have the upcoming admins versus the league race. That one will be fun.
Yes, that is the great stress reliever.
That is one way to put it, for sure. It's going to be, you guys are really in trouble if you've angered anybody throughout the season.
Look at it this way, Doug. You've been broadcasting for us since day one, and you've seen the percentage of races I don't finish due to somebody else's hands.
So tonight is your night for vengeance, is what you're saying.
Yes, anybody driving the pencil car is in trouble.
The pencil car is very, very popular. That is for certain.
Yeah, I have jokes about those cars, but I don't want you to get demonetized. I like your content.
Yeah, we all have jokes about the pencil cars.
Probably not what you were thinking, but I still want to be nice.
I'm sure we're thinking along the same lines as far as those cars go. As the drivers begin to head out for qualifying, looks like Ryan McDaniel is out. John Barry is also out. Brian Hewitt now out. Scott Snodgrass, Vern Spring, all out on track for their qualifying runs here. And Edmund Jones predicts that those two drivers will be Vern Spring and Scott Snodgrass that advance. What do you think? Andrew? That is he right or?
Vern definitely has the capability. Even during our regular weekly races, you don't see him with a lot of airtime. He kind of rides around in the middle, and then at the end of the race, you look at the score sheet. It's like, oh man, Vern finished like 4th or 5th there. He kind of sneaks his way in there.
He does that in everything I've ever broadcast with him in it. He just sneaks his way to the front. You don't know he's there till he's there, and then he's in the top 5 position. So tonight, you don't have really a top 5. You just have 5 with the invert right now. Looks like Vern will be starting back in 5th.
Well, like I said earlier, Ryan McDaniel and Scott Snodgrass will probably get together at some point. That's my prediction, and I would not be surprised if Vern slips through that hole to take the second transfer.
That is definitely a possibility. Hey, you are not far off on the power difference between the Tour mods and the Wayland mods, by the way. You were off by 8 horsepower.
Really?
Brian Hewitt, Scott Snodgrass on the front row, John Barry, Ryan McDaniel, Vern Spring rounding out the field, top 2. will advance into the All-Star event. Let us know who you're cheering for in the comments as the drivers begin. Well, I have to say, if I recall, no cautions tonight. Or in this event anyway, but I don't expect any major crashes.
No, because all it takes is one slip up and the whole field's in it, and then it's a race to who limps the broken car around the best.
This is true.
Going one and done on pace laps here.
Does look like it. Pace car is in. Scott will lead them out. Scott and Brian in control. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Top two advance, and Hewitt quickly clears traffic, and now turn two, everybody survives. Yeah, close call for John Barry there, coming out of through turn two, had a little bit of a bobble.
And everybody chose different colors tonight, man. We could have placed bets on this one.
We really could have, as Scott shoots to the bottom under Hewitt for the lead. Barry's going to try and come through the door. Hewitt way up the track, trying to use the momentum. Out of one, kissed the wall. Oh, did Ryan get loose? Out of two, he holds on to it, though. And look at this. Fern tries to go three. Well, Brian and Ryan almost totaled each other. Somehow both saved it. And now it is Scott and John Barry in the top two with a 1.1 second lead over Ryan McDaniel, Vern Spring, and Brian Hewitt. Scott just set the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, Scott must have heard me talking about my predictions, and now he's trying to get away and run fast so McDaniel can't get anywhere near him.
That could very well be a big possibility. Ryan now in third, Vern up into fourth. Hewitt dropping back in fifth. Ryan not really gaining much ground. He's got about a second now on John Barry. Vern Spring, though, closing in on Ryan. The question is 24 laps to go at almost 16 seconds a lap. Does the driver even have enough time now that they're so spread out to come from the back?
So I would say, in my opinion, that is one of the downsides of these cars, is you really just have to wait for somebody to make that mistake in momentum to close the gap at all. Otherwise, they will get strung out, like we're seeing here.
Yeah, and you definitely, these five drivers, definitely unlikely to see one of them make a big mistake here.
4 out of 5, anyway.
Yeah, John Barry's actually gaining ground now on the leader, now down to 9/10 of a second. Meanwhile, John Barry and Ryan McDaniel just set identical laps, both of their fastest laps of the race at 15.65. Meanwhile, Scott still holds a 9/10 of a second lead. Ryan McDaniel now 1.6 back. But look who has caught Ryan's bumper.
The dark horse himself, Vern.
Yeah, Vern's got a little draft now. I mean, you're not getting a ton. These guys don't get a ton of speed out here, but they get just enough that they're going to catch a little bit of a draft. Vern's going to have a little bit of help here. He might be the only person on track that has the draft advantage, as Brian Hewitt has gone to pit road.
Yeah, Brian seemed like he was struggling after that early contact with the wall, and unfortunately I think that's going to end his chances to make it through here tonight.
Yeah, I don't believe anybody is advancing from the fun race coming up after this one, but right now, John Barry, the birthday boy, looks like he might make it. 16 laps to go. Ryan McDaniel in third, though, is about to have to try and find a way to hold Vern off. How hard is it going to be to hold Vern off here? I suspect Vern is conserved a little bit more tire than everybody else.
Maybe so, and you watch the lines they're running. Ryan's really defending the bottom. Vern's opening up his corner entries and really rolling the center and carrying speed through the mid part of the corner.
He definitely is. You see, Vern gets a big run out of the turn. It does look like Hewitt is going to come back out on track, and Vern's got the run. He gets under and takes the position. Vern Spring now to third place, but he is 2 seconds behind Barry with 13 laps to go. He is going to have to fly to get there.
Yeah, he's going to have to find some more speed. Needs those afterburners.
He definitely needs some afterburners for this one. Now he is closing that gap. Last time by, though, he was only 0.05 of a second faster, and I do believe he kissed the wall between 1 and 2 trying to hang it all out.
The old commentator's curse. You talk good about him. I'm a victim of that a lot. Thanks, Doug.
You're very welcome. I'm always here to help. Meanwhile, Scott just needs to cruise from here. His lead now 1.8 seconds over John Barry at this point.
We're going to have to send him to the tech shed, man.
I agree. I think I saw his team putting something on the tires earlier.
Oh, you mean some of those Doug Norton special tires?
That's exactly right. You know how them Doug Norton tires are.
Oh yeah, man, they get me in trouble every time I go run on dirt with those guys.
Vern was gaining ground on the top two, but now 2.5 seconds back with 9 laps to go, and he is losing ground. And it looks like at the moment 8 laps to go for Scott Snodgrass, and Scott, a big blink.
That could be problematic.
That could be very problematic. You know as well as anybody, if that starts and gets worse, the way that story ends.
Well, the differences with my internet connection issues I used to have was I was either here or I wasn't. I didn't have too many issues blinking.
Well, that is true. John Barry unable to make up any ground, nor is Vern Spring. Ryan McDaniel has fallen back 1.3 seconds behind Vern. And Brian Hewitt now several laps down after his pit stop. Almost lap traffic for the leader. Yep, Brian goes up to the high side. Scott shoots to the bottom. Gets on by 4 laps to go for Scott.
And since when does my first prediction ever come true?
Never.
Oh, never. But at the top of this, you can go back and fact check me. I said that the 2 that would transfer most likely be Scott and John.
Yep, that is I do believe that is what you said, and in about 2 more laps, that's exactly what's going to happen. However, John still has to get by Brian Hewitt in the lap car, so that could be problematic.
So far, the only point I've missed is that Ryan McDaniel and Scott are not banging fenders yet.
This is true, but you never know what could happen. White flag in the air. One more time around for Scott Snodgrass. And, he kisses the wall. Doesn't affect his lead at all. Down into turn 3. And both members of the Snodgrass family do advance to the All-Star race.
Gamble paid off.
Birthday boy John Barry will also advance in second place. He got his birthday wish. Vern Spring, Ryan McDaniel, Brian Hewitt, all unfortunately out of it. Well, Andrew, as always, great to have you up here, but I do believe you have to go hop in a Pro 2 Lite and crash some folks.
I don't remember what we're driving. It's one of the trucks.
It's a Pro 2 Lite. I checked.
Oh, that's a bummer. I was told we were going to do Pro 4s. now I'm actually not as excited.
No, well, you still get to crash into people, so it's a win.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Good luck in the next race. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back literally in just a moment with the admins versus the league race, and still to come, the All-Star race. Stick around. folks, we are back, and this is the exciting one. And hey, a couple of drivers will still advance from this one. Huge shout out, John Barry did advance, as did Scott Snodgrass. So it will be both Snodgrasses in the field and the birthday boy in the field for the All-Star event up next. But right now, folks, it is that time. It is the admins versus the league. So all the league drivers are welcome to join in this part of the night. Could see all 50, 60 members out on track if they wanted to. Now, the league members are in those little bitty cars you see there, like David Lux and Steven Choate and Scott Snodgrass are in. They are in those little Formula Vs, what Andrew and I were calling the pencil cars. That's what the league drivers are in. The admins are in Pro 4s. Yeah, the admins have a distinct advantage in this one. However, I do know for a fact, for any of you drivers listening, that a Formula V can drive up behind, under a Pro 4, pick it up, and prevent it from going anywhere. So any of you drivers listening at home, yeah. Get out there and get it done, and it does look like there are quite a few drivers out here tonight. The field continues to fill up while only about a half dozen on track so far. Over a dozen in the session. More than that, and only 5 admins will be out here. Richie Joplin, Chance Maderick, Edmund Jones, Matt Moniak, and Andrew Thornton. There are a lot more Formula Vs, and I think if those Vs get fed up, they could unite and do some damage. Becky, this is definitely going to be funny. I hope to see you out there. And remember what I said a moment ago. The Formula Vs can very badly mess up. Wow. They can mess up Pro 4 if they try hard enough. Just like that. Holy crap. Vern Spring just yeeted Andrew Thornton, folks. There's Steven Choate, Ethan Wolf. Looks like one of the admins was blinking just a moment ago. Oh! Oh! Richie Joplin just jumped off the side of a Formula V and went flying. There you go. That's how you do that. You drive up underneath the truck and just send it. So Richie Joplin, there is Edmund Jones in the green and white. Matt Moniak there in the I'm not 100% sure what that says on the side. Mutt something or other. Mutt Cuts. Okay. Dog grooming service, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Now the admin's getting into each other a little bit. Chance Maderick now rolls back out on track. He is in the Red Bull truck. Those are your 5 trucks out here tonight. All the drivers, though, in those Formula Vs. All right, thanks, Matt. That's why I have seen that movie exactly one time, and I don't think I made it all the way through it. Thank you for explaining. Apparently, Mutt Cuts is from the movie Dumb and Dumber. So, my bad for the fans. And it looks like some of the drivers have taken to testing what they can do to the Pro 4 trucks, as you see. You know, this was supposed to be a way for the admins to feel a little stress relief after a season full of anarchy, but it does look like those Formula V's have figured out how to make a Pro 4 truck driver's nightmare. Andrew Thornton just almost gets to the... Oh! Oh, Andrew manages to save it. Then he bounces off another admin. That was kind of impressive. And don't forget, Admin Jones stole my idea for the fog use for this race. 15 drivers take to the track here tonight. Timmy Martin has not been out on track, but I will tell you, we put out a reel the other night just specifically for Timmy. Appears to be one of the more popular shorts on YouTube, one of the more popular reels on Facebook. We encourage you to go check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Alright, folks, here we go. Andrew Thornton and Ryan McDaniel have the front row. Ethan Wolf, David Lux on the second. Scott Snodgrass, Matt Moniak on the third. Richie Joplin, Josh Doobie on the fourth. Brian Hewitt, Vern Spring round out your top 10. Timmy Martin starting in 11th. Stephen Choate in 12th. Edmund Jones starts 13th. Chance Maderick 14th. John Barry back in 15th. Admins are in the trucks. The league members are in the Formula V's. And I do believe 2 more drivers will advance from this race into the All-Star race as green drops. They are away. And anarchy right off the start. Everybody's rolling again, but man, something went horribly wrong right off the bat. Let's see. There is the start, and Edmund Jones just starts yeeting Formula V's and ends up on his side, on his lid. Matt Moniak has now taken to the lead. Remember, all the admins are already in the All-Star event. Scott Snodgrass, who also raced his way in and his wife's way into the All-Star. Holy cow! Okay, Scott did have the fastest lap. Now he is got a concussion. Edmund Jones has gone to the outside of the track for some odd reason. Ethan Wolf currently runs in fourth. Andrew Thornton, one of the admins, sits in third. Ryan McDaniel, the highest running lead driver out here. McDaniel needs to get a top finish here tonight to advance into the All-Star race. Ryan currently running in third, is the highest running league member, so Vern Spring just went by. Vern also needs to race his way in. Somebody is flying, it's Vern Spring. There comes Vern as he moves up a spot. That was not Vern flying, but holy cow, he caught a piece of it anyway. Now it is the two admins in the lead. The Formula Vs have not done anything to stop them. Moniak in the lead, Andrew Thornton in second. Ryan McDaniel in third. There was a V driving in reverse a moment ago. Josh Doobie starting to make his way forward. Doobie now up into sixth. He has the fastest lap of the night. Stephen Choate and Scott Snodgrass, Edmund have crashed. They have put Edmund on this side, but Richie Joplin comes to the rescue. Oh! Matt Moniak trying to take out one of the drivers, but failed. Has allowed Ryan McDaniel to almost catch him. We haven't looked in a while. Let's see what Timmy Martin's up to. There's Timmy with Richie Joplin on the bumper. There's a lot of bumping going on. Richie just goes over him. Poor Timmy. And we still have one driver going in reverse. That is Stephen Choate taking the track in reverse, still in ninth place. Chance Maddock, John Barry did not take to the grid. Richie Joplin has gone into pit road now. Ryan McDaniel has taken the lead here. Matt Moniak in second is trying to run him down. Stephen Choate just did the jump in reverse. Ryan McDaniel, wow, look at that crash avoidance skill. Oh, Chance Maddock out of the race due to internet issues. Hopefully he'll have them resolved to be in the All-Star race. Ryan McDaniel still has the lead, but Moniak closing in. The admins are trying. They are nose to tail. The drivers are going to have to do something to take the admins out. One of them is taking out Edmund, and look at this. Oh, almost got Moniak taken out. Moniak shoots the gap. He aimed for Ryan, and he gets him. Ryan recovers. Moniak takes a little bit longer. David Lux is making his way up through the field. Curley runs an 8th. But he is doing everything he can to take out the admins. Nice work by David Lux. There are cars flying. Oh, holy cow. Lux is really trying to stick it to the admins. Hey, Airball, and hope you're having a great day as well, man. Hope you enjoy this chaos and anarchy. Oh, and if you're still there, always airballing, can you drop any good videos on learning Fortnite so I can play with my kid? Josh Doobie has made his way to 4th. Vern Spring now up into 5th. Ryan McDaniel in 2nd, but Matt Moniak has reclaimed the lead for now. Got close coming through the crossover. Hey, Sketch, welcome back, bud. Looking forward to doing a little trucking with you. Holy cow. Moniak was on his side. McDaniel now back in 3rd as 2 of the admins have gone back to the lead. Vern Spring, the other driver that needs to advance here, currently in 5th. Snodgrass has had to tow to the pits, as has Timmy Martin. Stephen Choate going in reverse. Timmy comes over the top but gets a tap from behind. And it looks like Timmy just couldn't get the car rolling. We haven't looked at Ethan Wolf much tonight. He has quietly been making his way through the field. But he is also one of the drivers that's been trying to take out the admins here. And I must say, he has been doing a great job of it thus far. Well, that is a good point, Sketch. Andrew Thornton is now in the lead. There seems to be something immortal about him leading in this race. Jared Heasley, how are you, buddy? We missed you Sunday night. Ethan Wolf, Scott Snodgrass, on pit road. Stephen Choate continues to pick up spots. Now up into 8th. He's still driving in reverse. Edmund Jones goes flying. It looks like Richie Joplin is upside down. Richie headed in towards the jump here. Goes a little bit wide. Looks like Richie was aiming. Oh, yeet, yeet. Yeah, that happened. And here we go at the line. It looks like Andrew Thornton will finish in first. Ryan McDaniel will advance into the All-Star race. As I believe Josh Doobie, I believe, is already in, and Vern Spring will advance.